Hello, Gormans. Welcome to another Gorm show. I'm your host as ever, Gormy. So how's everyone been this week? I've noticed that the weather's been awfully up and down here in Edinburgh. It's been sunny some days, but the other day we actually had snow. What's that all about? It's a joke. I was thinking, imagine if you walked into a bar and there was a big long line of people, and they were all there, all this big long line of people were all there just to take a swing at you. That's the punchline. Anyway, folks, enjoy the show. Don't forget to press the like button. And please send all your emails to thegorms@gmail.com. That's all for me this week. I'll see you all later. Bye!
Hello!
Oh,
live.
hello again. Almost
Hello,
live.
folks. It is Friday the, what is it, the 10th, 9th?
The 9th.
It's live stream 20, that's all that matters.
That is all that
Yeah.
The
matters.
date is irrelevant.
Live stream 20. Friday the 9th of April, 2021. I'm your Friday night messiah, of course. Stewart from the Gorms, joined with me tonight at the Last Supper, this beautiful meal we have at the table. Two of my most favored disciples, Simon Peter, the burster of the bagpipes, the Cupid of the chanter, the fiddler of the whistle, Brother Duncan. Looks like you're on Coburn Street tonight. How you doing?
I'm very well. The weather's nice. The days are getting longer, as you can see. I think Gormy
Still
mentioned
light.
that.
Is
Still
this
light,
the first stream we've done while it's still light?
Must be. Or I mean,
It looks quiet at the pub.
light here, not necessarily anywhere else. People watching from other parts of the world, maybe it's been daytime the whole time, or morning time even. I think Ken watches us in the morning, doesn't he?
Who knows?
Yes, I do. Oh, there you are. It definitely does.
Well, actually, speaking of Ken, that's why I'm outside the Scotsman's Lounge, because he sent us an email earlier on saying that, well, I'll read it out. He said, I hear the Scotsman's Lounge is reopening in a couple of weeks, so I assume other pubs are doing so similarly. Do you have any gigs booked as yet? And what is the first pub where you want to have a bevy?
Well, I think...
Well, obviously,
yeah.
the Scotsman for you, Duncan's where you want to be going.
Well, I thought I'd pop up the road and have a look at it. I don't know. I think the first pub I might go and have a bevy in might be the Black Cat on Rose Street.
Well, that's not
Or
one
somewhere
that we've
where
played
we
at
play.
before, so you should really do one that we've played at.
Well, we
Yeah,
don't
good
know.
idea.
them.
We don't know when we're going to have any gigs yet. That was the other part of the question. We don't have any gigs booked yet, so we don't know where and when we're going to be playing.
Well, I'm going to throw it over here then to the Judas at the table, the groiner of guitars, the melancholic mumbler. Brother Jack, what about you in the Arctic studio? Where are you looking forward to going when the pubs reopen?
There's a pub round the corner called Tamson's. I'll go round there. They have good karaoke.
Is
Yeah,
that-
cracking.
Do they have a darts board and a pool table and all?
They do.
Amazing.
And they only serve tenants.
And only if you're wearing a green t-shirt.
Have you got any gigs booked, Jack?
My diary's not got any gigs in it at the minute, no.
What about you, Duncan?
I've got a gig booked in Germany in May.
Oh,
22nd
excellent. Good
of
luck
May.
with it.
Well, as long as I get my jab before I go. Otherwise, I'll
The
be
jab
going
and
anywhere.
go.
Jab and go.
Ryanair.
Well, we'll see how that pans out. I believe Germany just went back into lockdown, so the whole thing might get cancelled. But at the moment, I'll be away in May for 3 weeks or something like that.
Okay, excellent. Well, I hope that's answered your question there, Ken. Just to say for me, folks, you will be able to catch me at my gig comparing the Roslin Family Town Fair, which is, I believe, September the 8th. So get yourselves down to Roslin. The Girl Guides will be there. They always make excellent brownies, and there will be a whole bunch of stalls as well. Fantastic. So make sure you get yourselves down there. Bring a mask. They are mandatory. So this evening,
two.
if you just joined in for the first time ever, folks, immediately turn off and go back to whatever else it was that you were doing before. I would recommend either a gun to your head or a large drink would probably be better than what you're about to go through. But if you do hang about, we're a Scottish folk band from a place called Edinburgh, which is the current capital of Scotland. But we're scattered to the winds at the moment due to the deadly pandemic, which has been reaching to the far corners of the globe. But as a tough, hardy people, the Scots that we are, we will survive. We have slinked off to our caves, much like Robert the Bruce did when that famous cobweb inspired him to rise again. and hopefully we will rise again. If you are listening at home, maybe you're tuned in on your drive home from a busy day at the office and you're thinking, shucks, the kids are breaking my balls. They want the new PlayStation 3. The wife's demanding the new Nigella Lawson cookbook, and I've just had it. Well, call in and let us know how you're feeling. We'd love to share any problems. We do have our resident agony aunt, who's known as Auntie Stewart, can certainly help you out with any questions that you have. This evening on the show, lots of music coming up from some local bands in Edinburgh. So we'll be playing you some videos and music by all of them. And furthermore, if you have any comments, then please write in. Let us know. Text in. We always love to get messages from the adoring Gormlings out there. And if you're not a Gormling yet, you're still a Gormini, then possibly by the end of the next hour, you could in fact be a Gormling. The reason that we do these shows is because we are living in caves and we desperately require support to keep our families alive. For me, it's quite an extensive family of dogs. We've got a lot of dogs in the centre at the moment. We're looking after dogs and cats. So if you do care about dogs and cats, any donations that you can send in to us, they are much appreciated. Before we get to any of the comments tonight, though, over in the Arctic studio, Jack, I know you probably got a great guest musician in you want to tell us about, and maybe you could set us up with some music as well to start off the show this evening.
I do like some music.
Who is it that's in tonight? Tina Turner's in tonight.
Amazing.
And what can I say about her? Her history speaks for itself. Really.
I liked her appearance on the Lemmy Show.
Yeah, that was good. The Tina Turner clones. She likes that one as well. She found that one funny, she told me. She's quite into Lemmy.
Well, I mean, who wouldn't it be?
If anyone doesn't know who Lemmy is, check him out. But we're doing Simply the Best remix she hired me to do. So, I've got to sort of improve upon the last mix that I gave her because she thinks it could have been better. But we'll see. She's a bit sort of moody like that.
Well, she's a diva. She's very talented lady. So is it Tina Turner you're going to play us tonight? Is that what's lined up on? She is an Edinburgh musician at the moment, I guess. But
unfortunately, if I play a track by her, even the one that I'm working on, I'm going to have to get an invoice from her to pay her, basically. So I'm going to have to put on one by a band called the Gorms.
Edinburgh band.
Yeah. Good shout. I've heard of them.
And it's free to play their stuff, apparently, because they'll go with anything, really. They'll do anything for very little money. So so here we go. The song's called McAlpine's Fusiliers.
Oh, lovely.
As down the glen rode McAlpine's men, their shovels slung behind them. 'Twas in the pub that they drank their sup, and up in the spikes you'll find them. They bathed in blood, and they drank down mud, with pints and corn so beer. And now we're on the road again, McAlpine's Fusiliers. Right! I've worked the skin with a darky fen down on the Isle of Rain. We horse-faced tool, I knew the road, no bonus if you stop for rain. McAlpine's job was a well-felt hog, with shoulders cut to bits and stared. And woe to he went to look for tea, McAlpine's Fusiliers. Aye! I mind the day when the bait O'Shea fell into a concrete stair. What Horseface said when he saw him dead, wasn't what the rich call prayers. I'm a naughty short, was his one retort, then reached them to my ears. When the going's rough, you must be tough, McAlpine's Fusiliers. Aye! I'm marked till sweat has had me back. We Russian check and pull on the hydro dams, on the saffron jams, down beneath the Thames in a hole. I've worked my way and I'll have my pay when many gangsters cross my hairs. If you pride your life, don't join by Christ, McAlpine's Fusiliers. Aye! As down the glen rode McAlpine's men, their shovels swung behind them. 'Twas in the pub that they drank their sup, and up in the spikes you'll find them. They bathed in blood and they drank their mud with pints and forks of beer. And now we're on the road again, McAlpine's Fusiliers. And now we're on the road again, McAlpine's Fusiliers.
Oh, what a bastard he was, eh? Bobby McAlpine. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, folks. If you did enjoy it, then I think we're going to turn over to some amazing new technology that's been worked out by my brothers, where we can go live to your home and we can get your live reaction. Duncan, is that set up at the moment? Have you got the GoPro ready?
Have you got the satellite connection set up?
We usually need to usually need to get everybody thinking along the same lines and get them all to cheer at once, though. So if everybody goes cheering after 3, and we'll get the reaction live in the studio. 1, 2, 3. Nailed it.
Thanks, folks.
Awesome.
That's
Thank you very much.
much
Thank you very, very much.
It's good to know that we're appreciated there.
Feels real good. Duncan, as well as the amazing GoPro live footage there, you got the satellite feed. Is there any hot messages coming in the text den that you've said?
Let's see who's here tonight. Ken's here. He says, "Greetings, Gormanders. It's a lovely day to share a drink and chinwag with you."
Same to you,
cheers,
Ken.
I'm
And
having
all
a
the
cup of tea
Gormanders
today,
out there.
actually, and the Gormeaties and Gormkin and Gormlings.
Don't know where the Gormanders are on the scale. Like whether they're inner circle or if they're kind of a bit lower down. Because remember, there's all these factions.
That's right. Yeah, who's in the inner circle? Chris Jericho. Excellent, Ken. Good to see you. What you any more messages?
Yeah, Alison Crawford says, "Bra." Pascal Battaglia. Cheers, everybody. Have a nice time together. Cheers to you too. David Lee Smith says, "Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Gorms Day." It is indeed another Gorms Day.
Counting down the days to every Gorms Day.
Yeah. It's almost like it's taken the name of another day of the week and replaced it.
Well, I don't call it Friday anymore.
What's that?
Friday?
Indeed? It's Gorm Day. Indeed.
Yeah.
Eileen Mullen says, "Good evening, Gormkins." Daniel Spee, "Hello there, Gormlings." David Lee Smith,
"Hello.
All hail the Friday night messiahs." Tony Campbell says, "Hello." Ken says, "Gormy seems like a lovely chap, but I have a slight mistrust of tortoises and camels. Really, anyone who goes all week without a drink." Well, let me tell you, well, I don't know about tortoises in general, but Gormy drinks like a fish. So he's fine.
But he only drinks shandy though.
He's only wee.
And sometimes if he goes mental, he'll drink a can of Skol, which I think is only about 2.5%.
Delicious though.
Aye. I mean, when he gets out his hibernation, he usually goes for a dragon soup. And that'll last him until he has to go back to his bed again next year. Howard Mann says, "Hey Stewart, hey Harry, good luck." Who's Harry?
Hey,
David Lee Smith says, "Anywhere on Rose Street is a good call." I'd agree. Black Cat's a good pub. Second pub, well, the first pub I hope we're going to play in again is the Ensign Ure. Definitely looking forward to a pint up there.
Indeed.
Howard Mann asks, which pubs are yous barred from?
I'm not barred from any, but oh,
You know
hang
the
on
answer
1
to that,
second.
Howard.
Ken Longfellow just sent us £50.
Oh,
Thanks so
Hey.
much, Ken. That is absolutely
very much,
amazing.
Ken.
Really appreciate that.
Thank you very much. Our friend
Good
in
pal.
San Diego.
Indeed.
As for Howard's question, how would you know
Zoomaster.
exactly which pubs were barred from? But yeah, thanks for reminding us of that. Maybe they'll forget about all these banishments when the pandemic is winding down. Who
Oh,
knows?
they'll be desperate for any custom, so they'll probably just wipe that clean and start again.
Free for all. Maybe you'll be allowed back as well, Howard. You never know.
I think when the pubs open, it's going to be like Christmas again, with loads of folk that have forgotten how to behave in pubs and have forgotten how to drink, and it's just going to be absolute pandemonium.
There was a video someone sent me from the Meadows the other day with just about 100 young guys fighting. It was pretty crazy. I wish I could show. I probably would get taken down if I showed it now. It's real
was Ian
depictions
Rankin
of
there?
violence aren't. What's that?
Ian Rankin, he's always down the meadows throwing punches
Yes.
and pens at people and stuff, you know. I'd have to watch that, see if Rankin's kicking about, taking some names as per usual. He was awful cheesed off about people having a pee in his back garden because
Is
the
that right?
public toilets weren't open, so everyone was going around last time.
Was
I
that not
spoke to him,
Irvin
he-
Welsh? I remember
think Irvin
him
Welsh was
talking about that
quite
in
into that.
some article.
He's quite into that, you know. I haven't spoken to him in ages, but certainly Rankin was absolutely raging about it. Like, got them to open the toilets up, you know. It was that serious that they actually opened the toilets. A major health hazard, but there you go. When you've got the power of the pen, it's mightier than the sword, I guess.
But if Mr. Rankin would like to come on the show and sort of, give his side of the story, we would welcome him on.
It'd be nice to know what future plans he has for public lavatories around his house.
Yeah. Okay, great. Any more questions? Maybe Ian's written in.
Ian hasn't written in, but Daniel Spee says, "Can we get some Gormlin t-shirts somewhere?" Now there's an idea that we've had.
Well, Daniel just had it.
Well, indeed, we definitely would like to make some t-shirts. We will make some t-shirts. So keep your eyes peeled. We'll let you know. Just keep coming on the show. Watch the Facebook and all that.
Keep watching for a long time. And
But yes,
eventually.
Ken agrees. He says, "Brilliant idea. Gormlin merch." Daniel said he'd instantly buy the whole merch line. Sounds great, Gorms, says Kimberly. So I think t-shirts, some sort of merchandise has to keep going. We have to
we
give
have
you
talked
some sort
about
of...
t-shirts. And
Yeah.
we were planning to do it. So they will come, and the CDs will probably come first, but they will. So that's actually not far off. The covers are designed and everything. So
Gorms edible underwear
I don't know if I would buy that.
may contain gormlings.
well, what kind of?
Next question, sir?
Is that after you use it?
Well, and would it be made of that edible rice paper stuff, or?
I was thinking the sort of licorice you get for licorice laces. I haven't thought about it much, of course. It just came in my head there. We'll just get Gorm's masks and eye patches. They'd be quite cool.
Yeah.
Aye.
Or like patches that you put on your denim jacket.
They're always cool. I've actually got a patch. I've got a patch here.
In fact, if anybody would like to get a Gorms tattoo and send in a photo, we will show the photo on here. So just go ahead and do it, because we definitely will show that.
You like to say stuff like that. It sounds it's so awfully irresponsible to tell folk can go and get a Gorms tattoo. Don't do it. You might regret it.
Put it this way: if you were already going to go and get a Gorms tattoo,
then we endorse it.
We're not going to stop you. We're not going to endorse it, but we're not going to stop you.
Okay.
There you go. So disregard everything I said before that.
Glad we got that cleared up. How are you doing, Auntie Stewart?
Think you do.
Think you do.
Sounds like Andy Stewart's doing just great.
Well, David Lee Smith says, "Dear Auntie Stewart," but there was no agony aunt. Maybe he's just he's been unable to speak.
Auntie
recently.
Stewart is the alter ego that only comes out when we do the agony aunt section.
Oh, okay.
You do get a lot of letters like that, though. I receive a lot of them. It says, "Dear Auntie Stewart," and then there's just like some blood and sort of the pen's obviously gone in a straight line afterwards. So
I see.
Busy, I guess, doing something else. Couldn't finish the letter. Still posted it, but
Oh no, he's caught up with himself. Bob Newland says, "Happy Friday."
Hello, Bob.
Teresa Turner gives us a wave. Hello,
Teresa.
Chris J. Luby says, "I love me some edibles."
Chris, how you doing, man?
Ken says Scotch flavoured. Anyway, David Lee Smith. Dear Auntie Stewart, a good friend of mine has an unfortunate discharge every time he listens to Scottish folk music. I did say try some cod liver oil and orange juice. Any advice?
An unfortunate discharge while listening to Scottish folk music.
Aye, he gets chucked out the pub every time he hears it. Is that what that means?
Well, he was in hospital and then he gets discharged every time.
Okay.
It doesn't say he was in hospital, it just says an unfortunate discharge.
Well, that's where he got discharged from, though. Unfortunately, because he's still ill.
Right, aye. I just thought he got discharged for the pub.
Well, I'm just going to go with my initial gut feeling, which was it causes some sort of damage to the ears, a bad reaction which causes some sort of fluid to leak out. And that is something that I've encountered before. But luckily, I do have just the answer over here. So this is something I got a still set up. I'm not an Amazon worker. I haven't been urinating in bottles or anything like that. Don't worry. But this is from my local still. It's just my still. No, hang on, they're illegal. It's from a friend's. A friend had an accident, and I've got this. And this is a special local delicacy from a place called Strichen, which if you're ever in Scotland, it's a must-visit place. Strichen's a little bit like, I don't know, Disneyland or SeaWorld or something like that. So if you are listening to Scottish folk music and you have an unfortunate discharge, either from your ear or from you're thrown out of a premises or you're discharged from hospital, either of those, bleeding from the ear, thrown out of a pub, or discharged from hospital, I suggest you immediately get yourself a sort of scummy-looking plastic bottle.
A friend's accident.
And get some of this golden stuff in. This is called the water of life. It will cure basically anything, and just straight out of the bin with that, and immediately any difficulties that you've had will probably go away. So you may think, well, that's a pretty stock answer. That's just what I expected. You say that to everything. If in doubt, have some ishkava, and you would be quite correct.
On that note, shall we play a song?
Yes, indeed.
Sometimes people like to hear some music. Let's do a song we were going to play last week, but it ended up morphing into another song.
Oh yeah.
For some reason. So it's Johnny Lad. Let's get Johnny Lad on the go. Here we are. From the studio when we recorded the album. This is footage of us actually playing the song. So here we go.
Ready? A bottle life in Glasgow tune for a bobby. I got a feeling back again to my tobacco way. And we you, my Johnny lad. I'll dance the buckles of my shoes for you, my Johnny lad. As I was ganging a lane, a chance to see the Queen. She was playing football with the lads on Glasgow Green. And with you, my Johnny lad, I'll dance the buckles of my shoes with you, my Johnny lad. The captain of the other side was scoring with great style. So the Queen she cried a postman and said, clap him unser child. With you, my Johnny lad, I'll dance the buckles of my shoes with you, my Johnny lad. In the parlour, making bread and honey. The king was in the parlour, mate, and she was in the money. With you, my Johnny lad, I'll dance the buckles of my shoes with you, my Johnny lad. There was a man on Nineveh, and he was wondrous wise. He looked into a bramble bush, and he scratched it both his eyes. With you, my Johnny lad, I'll dance the buckles of my shoes with you, my Johnny lad. Now when he saw his eyes was out, he was quite troubled then. So he looked into another bush, and he scratched them in again. With you, my Johnny lad, I'll dance the buckles of my shoes with you, my Johnny lad. She also had a bear. I've often seen her little lamb, I've never seen her bear. With you, my Johnny lad, I'll dance the buckles of my shoes with you, my Johnny lad. Mary had a little lamb, she also had a duck. She put them on the mantelpiece to see if they would dance with you. And with you, my Johnny lad, I'll dance the buckles of my shoes for you, my Johnny lad. Johnny is a bonny lad, he is a lad of mine. I've never had a better lad, I've had 29. With you, my Johnny lad, I'll dance the buckles of my shoes for you, my Johnny lad.
Quality. That's one of my favourites, that one.
Do you like that? Do you like that
like that.
guitar solo overdub?
Oh, brilliant. That was good fun.
It
Being in
was.
the
It was
studio.
good to actually get that on video. That's the one that's on the album.
Which
That's
album,
good.
Jack?
Well, let me just show a picture of it on the screen here. Just in case any of the 19 people watching haven't bought it yet. Which, you must be mad if you haven't done, but there you go. It's
It's not
new
like you
album,
can't stream it.
Times of Trial. Oh, Chris Carr just sent us £13.93. Thanks very much,
Thank you.
Chris.
Chris
Oh,
Carr.
Great, Chris.
Chris
I know
Carr.
I know a Chris Carr who plays in a folk band in Hawaii. I wonder if it's the same Chris Carr. The Kilt Lifters.
Chris Carr, if you're watching, can you comment and
Great.
let us know?
Hey, thanks, Chris.
And Dreams of Bling as well sent us £20, I think it was. I
Hey,
need to
fantastic.
reopen it and have a look here.
Hey, thanks very much for the support, guys. You know, the support, it does help us out. We are struggling on at the moment, and as I'm sure long-term listeners will be aware, it's a big help, especially up here, undisclosed location, with the animal sanctuary that I've been running up here for quite a few years now. This is a very busy time up here at Stewart. We've had an awful lot of people who, over the lockdown, I suppose, have been buying all sorts of animals to have. You could say as pets. I prefer it as animal companions. I think it's a bit cruel to call them pets. So a lot of people have bought these things, these creatures, over the lockdown for a bit of company. You know, they were obviously having some kind of problem. They said, "Shall we have a baby? Shall we just adopt like a Gorm or something?" I said, no, let's get a pet. And then of course they go back to work and they can't look after the pets. So they come to the Stewart tree. We get them rehomed, and it's all good. I quite like animals, to be honest with you. Most of them anyway. The two-legged ones, not so much. But because we've got so many coming in, we actually have a lot of pugs and Dalmatians coming in. They're always very popular. The pugs I don't like so much personally. I think they're a bit gruesome, but I do like a Dalmatian. I always had a sort of soft spot in my fancies for Cruella de Vil, and so I've always had a good link to that. Now, because we had so many animals coming in, we have a few interesting ones. So I got a book this week. So it's a nice segue, I suppose. Thank you very much, guys, for the donations. But I just wanted to show you this book that I've got. You know, I'm an avid reader up here. And I mentioned earlier a popular online shopping place. So I got this book has just arrived this week. This is called Psychic Pets or Psychic Animal Companions. It's an old book, so we'll let it off. And it says Supernatural True Stories of Paranormal Animals. It's written by an expert in the field. It's a cracking book, this one. It's got a really good bit here about show jumping horse whisperers. There's a great case of a little dog called Holly the Collie who could speak with dead people. The unfortunate thing, of course, was wasn't easy to translate what they were saying to her, but it's a pretty good story. And the bit that's most important to me, the reason I got the book, because if you check out the reviews, you'll see my review is going to be the top one, and it says just really helpful because if I can find it, I didn't want to dog-ear the pages. Get it? It's got this section here. So this is tests that you can do to see if animals are actually psychic. You can see there. I think the picture probably tells you a lot of what's going on. But essentially, you put I don't want to give the whole book away, Sutton would be furious.
You asked them to pick a card.
No, it's not a card. No.
Is
you
that a
put
box with food in it?
Yeah. So you put a dog treat in, you get 4 envelopes, you label them A, B, C, and D. Then you put a dog treat in one of the envelopes. Make sure you wrap that treat up, where it's a cat treat, a wee dreamy, if it's for a cat, I suppose. And you wrap that up nice so the animals can't smell it, obviously, because that's not the purpose. And then you lay them out and you just kind of say to the animal companion, oh, where's the treat? Where's the treat? And if they find the right one, possible you got a psychic pet. And if you do, get yourself this book, move on to section 2. You can see the name of it there, the dinner in the box. It's a cracking book. If you like dog-headed men, this is obviously a bit helpful towards that because it crosses a lot of the same sort of information.
It's a bit more like a man-headed dog in a way, you know. Or
they do. There are stories. Well, that's maybe we'll save that for another live
It would
stream.
be like that corn video.
I don't know that one.
The one where they were man-headed dogs.
That's right. They were man-headed dogs, though. Yeah, that was the problem. Was they weren't DHMs. The great video, great band. I wonder how they're doing. Hope they're okay. I haven't spoken to those guys in ages. But if you do have a dog that you picked up, or for that matter, a child that you picked up over the lockdown, and you're thinking, I can't really be bothered with this anymore. I've got a lot of stuff to get on with. Then before you get rid of them, you know, it's always important to try and find a reason to keep them. Consider that they could be psychic, and if they were psychic, then you'd want to know about that. It was just a few weeks ago, Uri Geller, who's an infamous psychic probably, but a famous psychic, he had an article up here in the Scottish Sun, which was we're gonna get everyone to focus worldwide simultaneously, and we're gonna get the Evergreen shipping company's boat to turn around in the Suez Canal and get free, and we're gonna make sure that none of the people...
Before that, he had to put a lot of spoons under the boat so that everybody could concentrate and bend the spoons to pry the boat up.
And Gary McAllister had to be there as well.
Yeah. So if anyone doesn't know Uri Geller, like he's a great spoon bender. That's probably one of the best ones.
He claims to have made Gary McAllister miss a penalty kick in the last, whatever it was, Euro 2002.
He's also Michael Jackson's friend. So
is that right?
Yeah.
Euro 2000, that's what it was.
Anyway.
Great psychic, great Kabbalist. So if you want to, you know, you don't want to give away a pet that is essentially Uri Geller, an animal companion, I should say, that is a little Uri Geller. You know, I would give quite a lot. I'd give my brothers away, to be honest, if I could have a little sort of Uri Geller creature that would do tricks and stuff. That'd be fantastic. So I suppose that's all for the book review section for this week. Unless either of you guys have got anything to add, we can move on to perhaps something else that's on people's minds.
Well, Teresa Turner says, Duncan, who in the world would get a band tattoo? Who? Well, that would be Teresa Turner. Also, Kimberly Albro, who's in the chat. They've
Is
both got
Teresa Turner dreams of bling? I think we've asked that
can't
question
remember.
before. Maybe not. Sorry if it isn't Teresa. Anyway,
We get confused
what were you saying there?
by people's email names. Teresa and Kimberly and someone else have Celtica tattoos, believe it or not.
Where about though? Do we want to know?
One's on an ankle and one's on a shoulder.
Mm.
No, wait. I can't remember. It's been so long since I saw anyone. I can't remember what anyone looks like. Apart from you two.
And did you encourage the tattoo?
No, we didn't encourage that at all. That was just that was done.
Reiterate, we're anti-tattoo. When tattoos are bad.
No, we're anti-Stewart.
Stick with the facts.
Like if you were to get the Gorms tattooed on your forehead, for instance, we'd be against that, but we would never stop you doing it.
Everyone should have a choice what to do with their body.
Would we technically have to pay for advertising space?
Don't. You're encouraging them, Duncan.
Okay, no, don't do that. Well, I can't. I mean, it's in the chat. Morvin says, if we get a Gorms tattoo, do we get free music for life? We can't really bribe anyone with free music to get a tattoo, though. So.
You can already get it.
You can already get it free, aye.
Music for life, no problem. Napster.
All you have to do is go on the internet. Like now. Ken says, Stricken Distillery is a great title for a song. What do you think? Can you write some lyrics about your...
Stricken Distillery?
No, distillate.
Alright.
I think. Yeah, distillate. So there you go.
We lie. Well, that's not a good second.
And David Lee Smith says, Stewart, send me a pint of that stuff and I'll send it on to my friend. Whiskey!
Got a deal.
Just before you go on, Duncan, I've just remembered that I got a message. Well, we got a message from Malta Kamerling. Sorry if the pronunciation isn't right there, but
Hello, Malta.
He's a long-time viewer of the streams, and he sends us a photograph of a calendar that his parents made from pictures of when they were in Edinburgh. So let's have a look at that calendar right now. There we go. Look at that. So I don't know where Duncan is in that picture. Off gallivanting somewhere, I think, but
probably
that's Archie in the corner there. But that's pretty cool. I think that's the first calendar we've ever been in. I mean, we did have that kind of nude calendar, but that wasn't. That was private.
It's a bit strange being on a calendar, Malta, but fantastic. That's great. I hope you like it.
Well, it's his parents' calendar. But yeah, it's at the whiskey bar, yeah.
It's a good photo.
Who's that good-looking guy in the middle there?
I don't know. I can't see any good-looking guy in the middle. So thanks very much, Malta. That's amazing. If anyone else has got any photos to send or any videos, it'd be good to see them.
And like Gormy says, the email address is thegorms@gmail.com.
It is indeed.
Let's see what's going on in the chat. Mirella, sorry, I can't read that. Hissa says, woohoo! David Lee Smith says, the Galloway Hills, please. That's a cracking tune. Did we play that last week? No? No, we didn't.
I'm losing count. The Galloway Hills.
Actually, I found
could probably do
some
that.
music
could
for
probably
that.
do that.
I found the sheet music you sent me for the vocal harmonies
4
years ago.
Oh, that's something we could sell. Does anyone like reading sheet music rather than listening to the music? Because you can read it all you like. There's plenty of that.
Free. One-time purchase.
Oh.
All right, so I'll try and tell you what. I'll load up. Will You Know Come Back? No. What was the song?
Hills.
Galloway Hills. All right, let's do it. Let's load that up.
Any more messages when we're waiting for this?
Chris Carr says, very nice. Mirella Hissa says, I miss you guys and Edinburgh so much. We miss all our fans, everybody, the pub, everyone that came to see us, all the fun we had. It's not the same without yous. And Chris Carr says, that's nice, and that's me. It is Chris. So hello, Chris. what's Hawaii's like 11 hours behind us, so it's very early in the morning. Well, have some whiskey with your coffee. Enjoy the album. Cheers. Oh, we've got another Auntie Stewart. Ken says, "Dear Auntie Stewart, do you ever hear your biological clock ticking like a time bomb? I missed my opportunities. My eggs have all gone sulphurous now." I have to click to see more. Oh no, that was it.
Well,
Duncan,
actually,
you can turn yourself up just a tiny wee bit.
Yeah.
thankfully, the sulphurous smell won't be spreading to any of the rest of us. But of course, there is always that risk. And one of the benefits, I suppose, about such a problem is that the future that we face involves your face being inside a small box at all times. And although the HD is really high, 640 by 480 and stuff, although the quality's got fantastic, smell-o-vision is not yet here. So the sulfurous odor, which is the biological clock, tends to not be too much of a factor in this beautiful, bright future that we're all heading into together. If you're referring, of course, to the more traditional biological clock, well, all I can say is the solar panels are up, and don't worry, I think the whole thing has been averted. No one's been driving cars, so we should all probably be okay. Dinky-doo.
That's Auntie Stewart there, setting the world to rights as ever. We have another question from Tony Campbell. A question for all the Gormlings. Tell us the story of where you first met the Gorms and where. Actually, I suppose that's for everyone else rather than us. But when did we first meet? We all met at uni, or when we were born.
I think we've told that story. Obviously, we're brothers, so we were estranged for a little while, and then we met up again later. So we can
we know, everybody knows our story, but yeah, I think the question was more towards everyone else. Where did you first meet us?
So put the answers in the comments, and it's either going to be the Ensign or the whiskey bar.
More than likely, but not necessarily.
And if you haven't liked and shared the video, we're not even going to bother reading it.
Morven says, "Word up." Chris
Hello.
says, "I met Duncan 5 years or so ago out here in Hawaii when we were playing the same festival. I remember it well. Oahu at the
Living
McCoy
up in
Pavilion
Hawaii.
and the Hawaii Highland Games, or the Oahu Highland Games."
Was that where you met Jim Davidson as well?
No, that was in Austria. I think. Yes, it was. But anyway,
Shark there, thank you.
we're not here to talk about who I met. We're talking about where everybody else met us.
Did you sing the theme tune to Big Break with him when you met him?
No, I didn't. I would have done if John Virgo was there.
Yeah, and they would have gone, "Oh, not this again."
Ken says, "Hehe, it was 2014 in the Rabbie Burns, and this guy banging on a tambourine asked me about my pants. I had to admit I was commando. I guess when trousers were so tight he could not only tell my gender, but also my religion." There we go. Ken getting into the details there, as ever.
It was the Rabbie Burns whiskey bar we met Ken, I remember that.
Rabbie Burns Cafe, wasn't it? Or did it change its name at one point?
We just got, someone just bought our new album, Mojo at
brilliant.
Killer Surf.
Mojo Rolly.
Sounds like more Hawaii.
Well, yes. Thank you, Mojo.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
I'm going to
much.
see if I can actually see if a name is on there, but if not, Mojo, it is. Yeah, it's just Mojo. But cheers, Mojo.
Thank you, Mojo. Chris Riley says, "I saw the Gorms for the first time when me and my wife were visiting home, and we went into the whiskey bar and I heard them playing Cod Liver Oil, and that was that. An acquaintance of ours, Jed Potts, used to play with them, and we were always meant to see them before we moved out, but we never did. Well, we're here every Friday now, so all is well."
Acquaintance of Jed Potts.
Yeah,
Wonder
he
who that
used to play
is.
with us in the early days as well, in the Canonsgate.
You know what? I think I actually have a video somewhere of us in the Canonsgate with Jed.
Oh, that's got.
I think
so that's got to
he
be from
did
like
play a
12
few
years
gigs
ago
with
or
us.
something.
It was
Unscrupulous
one.
character.
It was like 2008 or something.
Yeah.
So maybe I'll dig that out.
Well, there we go. Something for a future show. Eileen Mullins says, first time was Mary Queen of Scots Festival 2017, and since Whiskey Bar.
I think there's a video of that up on YouTube, actually.
Was that
I don't think you were there, Duncan.
Glen Rothis.
It was Archie that was
Yeah,
filming for you.
I wasn't there. I was away gallivanting. Daniel Spee, 2019 at the Ensign Europe pub in Edinburgh when celebrating my 30th birthday.
Amazing.
So that was
wasn't
it actually that long ago? I mean, I'm
new,
not counting.
A new Gormling.
2019. I mean, we can't really count last year.
A born again
nothing
Gormling.
Happened. Born again.
1
Gormling.
BC.
1 BC. But no, BCVE.
Should we? Hey, before I'm enjoying these stories. Should we have another wee song though?
Well, we did have a request, so maybe we should.
Let's do the request. Let's do
the Galloway
Hills.
Fantastic. Who's playing it?
Is this Edinburgh folk band?
It's
what they call
Acquaintances of Jed Potts are playing
Acquaintances of Jed Potts.
If you're watching, Jed, how you doing?
But we're not the Hillman Hunters.
No.
I wish.
Unfortunately not. We should be, but all right, so here we go. It's what's the song?
The Galloway Hills.
Here we go.
Galloway, of course, is Galloway, not Galway, by the way, just in case you weren't sure.
The Russian dub.
Hopefully this works.
I'll pack my lady contented to be. I'll wear my kilt upon my knee. I'll give my pipes another blow. We'll gather the hills to Galloway. Oh, the Galloway hills are covered with rum. We hear the bells and bonny bum. Hear the bells and rivers run. We'll gather the hills to Galloway. I'll sell my rod, I'll sell my reel, I'll sell my granny's spinning wheel. I'll sell it when doing fast we'll gather the hills to Galloway. Oh, the Galloway hills are covered with rum. We hear the bells and bonny bum. Hear the bells and rivers run. We'll gather the hills to Galloway. Now come, bonny lassie, will you bide with me and share your lot in a far country? For to share when doing fast we'll gather the hills to Galloway. Oh, the Galloway hills are covered with rum. We hear the bells and bonny bum blum. Hear the bells and rivers run. We'll gather the hills to Galloway. Oh, the Galloway hills are covered with rum. We hear the bells and bonny bum. Hear the bells and rivers run. We'll gather the hills to Galloway. Oh, the Galloway hills are covered with rum. We hear the bells and bonny bum blum. Hear the bells and rivers run. We'll gather the hills to Galloway.
Great. Oh, fantastic. I hope that met your high standards.
It's one of my favourites, that one.
Yeah, it is. It's up there, that's for sure.
The Galway Hills, it's but the Cameronians, I think. I can't remember exactly. But I believe it's going out.
It's written by Lady
17th
Nairn.
century.
Lady Nairn was the writer of that one.
Is
Nick
that right?
Nairn's
There you
great
go.
grandma, great granny.
Yeah.
Oh, there we go.
Lady Gaga's brother. Well, anyway, I hope you enjoyed it, folks. I hope you enjoyed that one. And stay tuned. We do have some more great tracks coming up for you this evening. Before we get any further, though, we were before that, if you just joined in on your trip home, you've just picked up a coffee from the SO garage, and you're
1
rounding that
second.
corner on that.
Sorry, man. Bob Newland just sent us £20. Thank you, Bob.
Cheers, Bob.
Thanks very much.
Hey, thanks, Bob. I guess the price of petrol's down at the moment, Bob. So thanks for sharing your change with us. It means an awful lot.
It really does. Thanks
But
very
if you
much.
are rounding the corner this evening, if you've just joined us, we are sharing a
Sorry,
few good
I
old.
butted into
tales.
something you were saying there. Did it
No,
just
it
make,
wouldn't-
did
Won't be
it
the
make
last
you
time.
lose your train of thought there?
It was more important than what I was speaking about. But if you are just joining us, then we're taking some beautiful memories around the campfire this evening. People are letting us know about times past, back before the lockdown, back before the COVID virus started stalking the streets, forcing us all indoors. And I wonder, maybe the Deacon, Duncan, you might have a couple more stories that you want to share with us from the beautiful Gormlings that are shooting in this evening.
From the Garlands,
There's
yeah,
a
we've
couple
got
of
some more
Gormiti
people.
as well watching, I think.
Yeah. Sharon, let's see. Alex Ellenson says, "Hello, boy. Nice to see you again. Best
you
wishes
doing,
from
Alex?
Switzerland." Hello, Alex. We know quite a few Alexes.
I know
I thought-
Alex Ellenson well. He's supported us
I
really.
don't know any Alex.
Oh, yeah, I know, but I get confused sometimes between the names and the faces
Ah,
because there's so many. Tony Campbell says, "I met Stewart first on a walking ghost tour in Edinburgh. It was Easter
That's right.
2014. After the tour, he invited us to hear them play at the Whiskey Bar."
Yeah, it was great. I enjoyed that tour as well. Lovely, lovely company. That I was out. Sometimes it's nice to be a tourist in your own town. So it was good to get out for a little walk around and meeting some nice people from Canada who were also in soak up the scenes. They were over because Canada, a small part of it, is at the top of the Royal Mile. They built a castle on it a few years ago, like a bunch of arseholes. But this is where Canada was brought over. Lords and ladies didn't want to go to Canada themselves. So instead, the soil of Canada was brought over to Edinburgh and dumped on the ground, and people could do the swing of the shillelagh. And the next thing you know, they were lords and ladies of the land. So that was a nice memory as well. Thanks very much, Tony.
Sorry, I just pressed a button.
it's dead air, Duncan.
Ah,
Deacon.
there we go. Chris Carr says, "Maybe a link to purchase the album." I was just trying to sort that out, but Daniel Speed beat me to it and already added it. So
Oh, thanks, Daniel. We
So
should
that is,
we should actually have the link up on the screen, but unfortunately, I haven't done that. So thanks, Daniel. You're helping out by sending people to that link.
doing our job for us. So that is a link to directly to the new album, Times of Trial. But on that website, also the other 3 albums are available.
All 4.
All 4 together. I
them.
think you can buy them all 4 together for a discount, can you? I can't remember.
The
And you
4.
can stream them at any time
It's
as
the
well.
best trilogy albums I've ever heard. Those 4.
Trilogy in 4 parts. That's Douglas Adams, isn't it? Ken Longfellow says, "Stuart, ladies will pay extra to have your face in a small box. Revenues, mate. That's the name of the game.
The name of the game.
We can try and make it." Chris Carr says that was me. Thank you.
What was
No,
I
it
think
wasn't.
was that the bling? Bling?
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Mirella Hissa. I don't know if I'm pronouncing your second name right, sorry. It's a double I, it looks like. Hissa. "I first met them at Whiskey Bar 2 in 2019. It was the best night in Edinburgh, so thanks again. I don't have a car, but we listened to your CD in my brother's car." It's pretty good driving music, folk music, actually.
Do you go in your brother's car just to listen to that CD? He's getting fed up of it. He can't ever just use his own car. You're like, "Can I come and get a drive to listen to that Gorms CD again?"
Well, he's obviously like, yeah.
He's he's like, "Just take the car. Just
Give
take
me
it."
give me the link so I can go and buy my own album. That's what he says. David Lee Smith says, "Beautiful music, thank you."
Cheers, David.
Daniel says, "I was in Edinburgh twice in 2019, but the second time you guys didn't play anywhere the few days I was there. That was
Oh.
unfortunate."
That's a pretty rare occurrence as well, so that's unfortunate, Daniel.
There was a short period of time we were playing like 5 nights a week. That was
Yeah.
hard. I mean, my liver.
Yeah.
my
Someone's
poor
got to do
liver.
it.
Someone's got to do it.
Someone's got to do it. Someone's got to go out and have fun all the time. Mark Johnston says, my wife and I have met and seen the band multiple times in the Ensign Ewart. First time circa 2016, I think, and we were asked to move due to sitting in the band spot.
Oh no,
Sorry about
see,
that.
the thing is, I hate it when that happens because
Yeah.
if you want the audience to be, starting from a place of goodwill, and if they've been told to move so that you can sit there,
Yeah.
it's not always good.
So sorry about that, yes. But luckily, the corner seat next to the door was spare. We were supposed to leave, but we were hooked from the first song. Finnegan's Wake. Mary Mac made us stay all night and buy the CD.
Thanks very much.
Cracking tunes.
It's always nice sometimes to stay anyway, because if you get asked to move and the band's coming in, they might just be about to die. There could be like an execution, so get a seat by the door, evaluate just how bad it is, and then you can leave. So I'm glad it worked out this time.
Do we have any more tunes lined up?
We do. We've got a lot of tunes. We should maybe play one.
Yeah, sounds good.
Quite fancy hearing a tune.
Well, we've got one that we do have to leave till the last tune. So let's see what we've got here. We've got a choice here.
A choice?
Well, yeah, we could have. Oh, 1 second. Someone's just bought Mojo Killer Surf at Killer Surf.
Oh no, wait, that'll be Chris Carr as Mojo.
All right,
Killer
Mojo.
Surf.
Chris Carr.
Who's Chris Carr? He's a folk musician from
Just
Hawaii.
bought our first album for £10. Where was I last night? Thank you very much, Chris.
That's got
or if
an
it wasn't
original
Chris,
song on it as well.
It does.
The last one, which we played live the last time about 10 years ago, I think. Oh,
Who is Dreams of Bling? Never know.
Well, I'm sure they did tell us once. I definitely recognise that name.
So let's have a listen
Mojo.
to the Tyree Love Song that we recorded
yeah.
last summer when it was just come out of the main first lockdown, and we were able to meet each other outside. So we recorded this.
Up Arthur.
Filmed up
too.
Arthur's Seat, aye.
So it's quite recent. So here you go, folks.
Cool.
Quality. I love this.
Hero, my bonny wee girl, hero, my fair one, will you come away, my love, to be my own, my fair one? Smiling the land, shining the sea, sweet is the smell of the heather. Were we younger, both you and me, the two of us together. Hero, my bonny wee girl, hero, my fair one, will you come away, my love, to be my own, my fair one? All the day long, out on the peat, then on the shore in the gloaming, stepping lightly with dancing feet, and home together laughing. Hero, my bonny wee girl, hero, my fair one, will you come away, my love, to be my own, my fair one? Laughter above, singing below, tripping it lithesome and airy,
we ask e'er for more? My own, my darling Mary. Hear, oh, my bonny wee girl. Hear, oh, my fair one. Will you come away, my love, to be my own, my fair one? It's raining, lads. I tell you, it's been a while.
Hello, we're back.
I think that was Bonnie. Hope so. I hope you like that, folks.
I noticed there's a wee bit in the footage that I hadn't noticed before where I made a mistake, and I was like, oh, and it just gets cut off.
Well, we were a bit out of practice.
I usually fix all your mistakes when I edit the videos, but I left it in that time because I wanted to annoy you.
That's all right. Speaking of videos, Daniel Spee says might still have a video of you guys playing. I'll try to find it. Please do.
Yeah, Daniel,
We'd love to see it, and we'll definitely put it up on the show.
As long as it's not a terrible performance. But actually, we're going to play one tonight that was a terrible performance, so that's
well, don't
not
tell
true.
tell everyone that until we've played it, just in case they tune out.
Well, that I look forward to.
David Lee Smith says, my son Cully is sitting outside the window at the moment watching you guys on our projector. He once bought Jack... Oh, everything moved. Oh, fuck, I've lost it. He once bought Jack a whiskey in the whiskey bar, sorry. Can you please say hello, Cully?
Hello, Cully. Cheers for buying
Hello,
me
Cully.
that.
Hello, Cully.
I hope you're not too cold watching it outside the window.
I know, it's brutal. That'll be another child to the Stewart sanctuary.
I thought it was animals.
Exactly.
Okay.
So if anyone's got any psychic pets, take some videos as well. We'll play that. If they can pick the right card out of the deck.
If they can pick the one that's got food under it, then they're psychic. That's what I understood from it.
Yeah.
Ken points out that Tyree Love Song is one of my favourites, and it absolutely is.
One of Duncan's favourites.
It's a cracking tune, aye. And he goes on to say, Jack, I just purchased a classical guitar.
Oh, really?
Cordoba.
You said you were looking for one last time.
Well, he's found one, a Cordoba C5. Do you have any suggestions for me as a novice? Songs, practice tips, techniques?
I think these days, to be honest, like the best bit to start with is just go on YouTube. There's a lot of stuff on there now that couldn't get when, maybe 10 years ago even, there wasn't anything like that. So, you can even just look for beginner, assuming you are a beginner, you don't play a wee bit already, but look for some stuff like that on YouTube, and then, that'll lead you to find books and things about it. I mean, it depends what you want to do. For folk music, it's a bit weird on guitar because we're expected to just make up all our own stuff and make up our own arrangements and stuff. It's more the melodies that people play the same every time. But yeah, look up some stuff on YouTube. Depends on the style you try to do. Classical music, classical guitar. There's like beginners books. I've got one called Enjoy Playing Guitar by Debbie Cracknell, but that's like reading music, And Eric Misby just sent us £25. So thanks Eric. So I hope that helps you. Kind of non-committal answer there, Ken, but depends what kind of music you want to play, and if you want to read music or not, or all of these things. But have a look on YouTube. You'll find loads of stuff
on there. And he says it was a Bra performance. Presumably that was a Tyree. Not only a Bra song, but a Bra performance. Mistakes and all.
Cheers, Ken.
Caroline Lee Smith says, I haven't seen you live yet. Doesn't make me any less of a Gormlin, though. I couldn't make it up to Edinburgh when the rest of my family went. Well, that's a shame.
Oh,
But there's always next time.
we'll hope to see you again.
Yeah.
For the first time.
And play
In
music
person.
and drink loads of beer. It's been over a year since we had a gig now.
Has indeed. I mean, we're thinking, maybe people could let us know what they think about this. We're thinking when the lockdown eases, we can meet outside and do a video if the weather's alright. Do like a live stream where we play. And then, because to me that would be a nice change than looking
it'd be
at
nice to
all
actually
these
play.
weird screen things. So if folk would like that, we might do that soon because the weather's getting a bit better.
Although it did snow on
It did.
Wednesday,
Well, it's
whatever it
freezing
was.
just now.
What was going on? My God. Oh no. Amy Hopkinson's asking if we have a Guess the Song segment this week. We don't have one this week.
By the way, Amy, you're the one that asked for a song last time, and I said I didn't have a recording, but we might just have found one this week. So, stay tuned for that.
Can
do
we
we have a
expect,
Guess the Song section?
No, I need
Yeah,
to
can we
do
expect
another
that
one.
next week?
Yeah. I've got loads of ideas, I just haven't got round to anything.
Don't
Only
commit
thing
to
I
it,
did this
Duncan,
week
then
was
you'll
take
have
my
to do it.
mandolin to pieces and put it back together again. And I'm still waiting on stuff to finish the job, so sorry about that.
Tune in next week to be teased by Duncan.
Ken says, thanks, Jack. I'll be doing that. I'm determined to play Caledonia.
Yeah, maybe I could send you a chord sheet of that at some point because I do have that. We'll see. Well, I'll look it out. I'll dig it out.
It's a cracking song.
It's one of
We
my
should play
favourites.
that. We should play that. Maybe record it sometime. Ken's, okay, I saw something about that. I will look closer. Caroline says a live stream outside would be brilliant. I think definitely, yeah.
Play some music again. It's been. It was before Christmas we did our last live stream when we played in the same room,
Yeah,
and
yeah, that's right.
we haven't actually played or rehearsed or played together since. So
No.
that will be interesting next time we try it.
David Lee Smith says, "Oh, for guitar, get into the Dadgad Celtic tuning. Beautiful."
Well,
Is
one
that
step
any
at
easier?
a time. I don't know if Dadgad's easier. It's maybe that's for a later stage maybe.
There you go. Learn to walk before you can run. Good advice. It's advice that I often fail to take myself. Right, I've run out of chat, and without chat, I don't know what to say. So,
That's great, Duncan. Thanks very much. You certainly were running the library down there to exceptional standard. Now, Jack, I know you've been busy. I can see you're mixing there. I saw the reflection in your eyes of mixing things. So I wonder
Faders.
what's going on over there in the Arctic studio. Any chance we could maybe get one more tune? Maybe do an encore afterwards?
This is like when we were doing gigs, you know, it's like we're going to do one more tune then an encore.
oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
I started doing that with Celtica. I totally ripped off your idea.
Well, that idea was just so that we could get home quicker, I think.
Oh, when I did it,
Because we already said we were
screamed
doing
for
the
an
encore. Because the bar staff were in a hurry. Nothing to do with us being in a hurry. You know?
Aye.
And there's no audience.
So I was going to play a tune off I think it's off the third album, Will You Know Come Back Again,
Lady Nairn.
by Lady Nairn, Nick
I have
Nairn's gran.
a book about Lady Nairn called The White Widow of Gask
Hey, maybe we could see that next week on the book club
by
section.
Freeland Barber. It's got loads of music in it and loads of anecdotal things about her life and whatnot. It's really interesting.
I'll tell you a book you should check out, actually.
No, the white rose of gas. That's what it's called.
This one here.
Is that what I said? Oh, I've got that book. It's very very educational. I had no idea about the existence of Robert Fish before I read this book. This is quite something. Quite something.
A contemporary of Robert Burns, wasn't he?
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is a analysis of Robert Fish's work. He's a lesser known poet from the time of Burns.
Well, he claimed Burns was a charlatan.
That stole his material.
Yeah, it's good.
So this is
good
compiled
story.
by Jim Weir. So, have a look for this.
On
See,
Amazon, Robert Fish, A Man of a Rat.
Does he still hold his annual fish supper? Jim Weir, do you know?
Don't think so, but you never know. Maybe we could do an online one.
I try to hold one fish supper annually. But anyway.
Well, let's get back to the subject at hand, which was one more tune, followed by an encore. And it's a big encore night, isn't it? We're quite excited now. There's this found footage.
Found footage of
Poor performance.
Yeah,
a performance.
That's the encore.
So what's up first?
Will
Jack?
you know come back again? Here we go.
And the
Song
end credits.
I hope you will come back again.
Bonnie Charlie's new awa, safely o'er the friendly main. Muddy's the heart with brack and twa. Should he no come back again? Will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? But I'll lose you can't be. Will you no come back again? They trusted you, your healing men. You trusted them, brave Charlie. They kent you're hiding in the glen. Oh, death and exile braving. Now will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? But I'll lose you can't be. Will ye no come back again? English bribes were all in vain. The put away ho is poor. Silver doesn't by the heart. Let's beat an eye for the mat. Now will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? But I'll lose you can't be. Will ye no come back again? They watched you in the morning hour. Oh, they watched you in the loaming grave. 30,000 pounds reward, but for a prince none would betray. Now will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? But I'll lose you can't be. Will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? Will ye no come back again? But I'll lose you can't be. Will ye no come back again? Well, this song comes from a long, long time ago, much older than any of those songs we've been playing for you already. A few of Edinburgh's top spelunkers, they were spelunking quite recently. In fact, some of those spelunkers I mentioned, they're actually playing on this record you're listening to at the moment. And we thank you for that, we do. Anyway, they were under what's called the Castle Rock, which is a big hill in the middle of Edinburgh, and they were spelunking hard, all the group of them, and they found what appears to be a cave painting. Now, you'd have to guess 5.
All right, folks. Yeah, sorry to cut that off there, but there's no song
Draw.
coming after it.
So it's always wonderful when technology goes perfectly swimmingly well.
So can I just say, we need to give a massive thank you to Mark Johnson because he just sent us £100. So thanks very much, Mark. That is absolutely amazing.
Cheers,
That's
pal.
way beyond what we would expect. So when we expect nothing, but that is way beyond nothing. So thank you very much.
It's fantastic, Mark. That'll buy Dreamies for all the wee kittens, including myself.
We had another few comments in the chat here. Amy Hopkinson says, I'll come to the live stream as long as Gormy is there. Also, thank you. I'll definitely be staying tuned for the finale. Gormy, I'm sure, will be at any live stream.
Is Gormy there with you just now, or is he hibernating?
He's not hibernating, but I think he went to a toilet yesterday. He'll be back at some point later, I assume. I can never tell with him. You know, he comes and goes.
He's going to have a drink for the toilet bowl.
Ken says, fish and chips, salt and sauce, vinegar only, or what is your special preference? I'm salt and sauce.
Salt
Normally.
only. Salt only, or maybe a bit of tomato sauce.
I like
vinegar,
tartar sauce.
nah, and brown sauce. So nah.
But chippy brown sauce isn't the same as brown sauce.
Nah,
you
it's
get
brown
in a
sauce
bottle.
mixed with vinegar, so it's
Yeah, but
kind of the worst of
Edinburgh
both
chippy brown
worlds,
sauce
really.
you didn't get anywhere else, really.
Nah,
the same anywhere else.
just leave it, I think.
Leave it.
Fair enough.
I'll have whatever you're having. I've not got any money, so.
I'll just have a king rib and a roll. Put it that way.
Now we're talking. Is that the one that makes you need to go to the toilet about 20 minutes afterwards?
Yeah. In a clear sort of fashion.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. But
David Lee Smith says, Stewart, remember to look up the Amphirliath more. If I said that right.
Yeah.
Elise Riley says, think Duncan... Wait, I must have missed a message. We're going on about Sector Rouge now.
who?
Think Duncan was in Sector Rouge 2. I wasn't, actually. But I did see them live. I was in
Sector
another...
Rouge 2? What's this?
Ah, no, it's because it was a reply to another... It was Chris Riley, that's what it was. The first time seeing Stewart was in Sector
Well,
Rouge. Did I even
maybe
read
we
that
should
out?
finally come out about that, Stu. Me and Stu used to be in a metal band together called Sector Rouge, and if you want to look that up, you can, and you can hear you can hear what you don't know what's in store for you yet if you haven't heard that.
I wasn't in Sector Rouge, but a year or so before Sector Rouge formed, we played in a band called Stratus, which was as equally, or maybe not, in a different way. It's certainly different from the Gorms, and you would not recognise it as being us, I don't think.
No. So if you want to do some digging into that, you know, you might find you'll find Sector Rouge. There's a Bandcamp, SECTAROUGE.
But remember, curiosity killed the cat.
And you can never go back once you've listened to it, so be aware of that. Maybe you'll just be happier now, knowing what you know now.
You'll be entering a second childhood. Ken says, in relation to the Amphirliath More, great recommendation for a Gaelic song to undertake. David Lee Smith says, thanks for a great night. We'll be back at your first gig back.
Cheers,
Live
David.
music is the source of life, and you guys. Cheers, David. And you guys are the heart of music. Well, thank you very much.
Thanks very much.
And Mr. Luby says, the House of Rouge.
Luby is
wait, he's put a
with
link
Sector
here.
Rouge.
He's put a link here, says, notthegorms.com.
Eh? Don't click on that link, people. You never know what that's going to be.
It doesn't exist. That's fine.
Someone's just bought our domain name. Don't go. It's not ours. They're trying to.
Well, it says not the
They're
Gorms.
trying to scam you.
Extortion.
He hasn't actually set it up. It's all good. There was some chat about a very poor encore. Is that
There was.
what's happening now?
One more tune.
One more tune, and then the end credits, of course.
Well, we'll play the tune and then we'll come back on, say goodbye. Have you caught up with the chat?
I think so.
All right, let's get.
I think I might have missed one out earlier about Sector Rouge. Oh, there it is. It was from Chris Riley, yeah.
So
First time we saw Stewart in a band, though, was Sector Rouge. We must have seen him about 20 times in Bannerman's.
cheers. Yeah, I was in that band as well. But anyway, so Amy Hopkinson sent us a request last week when she sent us the video and said, do you have a version of Seven Drunken Nights that you could play? And I said, I don't think we do. But I've been looking through the archives and I found a decent recording of us very drunk playing Seven Drunken Nights. And yeah, it's a bit rough around the edges, but there's a lot of atmosphere in this version. We played it at Whistle Binkies in 2014, so you can hear the crowd and everything.
This would have been at 3 a.m, I guess, right?
After
I think
about
this,
8
you know what? I
pints.
think this was at 5 a.m, because this was the Fringe Festival, or 4 a.m. or something. So, because I was listening to the whole set list, and at the end you can hear us go like, "Aye, just a few more." Like we're totally like at the end of our tether.
Great, I'm looking forward to it.
So have a listen to this, folks. See what you think. This is Rachel that was on this recording.
Yeah, I wasn't there at this that time.
But he was there in spirit.
Yeah,
Kissing lasses.
always there in spirit. Oh, nothing of the sort. Away playing my bagpipe somewhere else.
All right, here we go, folks. Hopefully this turned out all right.
Well, this next song is about being so drunk, so dreadfully drunk, that you don't realize your wife is having an affair.
Everyone has been in this situation at some point in their life.
You're so drunk you don't realize your wife is having an affair with another man in your bed. You're so drunk.
You guessed it.
You're so drunk you don't realize that your wife is having an affair with another man in your bed while you are sleeping in bed with them. Oh, come on. That's pushing it a wee bit.
That's what happened between me and you the other week.
Aye. Your wife didn't realise they were in bed together. It was a menage a trois, you're no invited. Now this next song, I must tell you, it was made famous by one of the greatest folk bands ever. They're called the Dubliners. They should never have been famous, but it's amazing they were. But they were only ever allowed to record 5 of the verses to the song. The song is all about coming home and trying to figure out what's going on with your life, and your wife says one thing and you see another thing, but the bevy gets in the way. But we're not going to hold back. We're going to play all 7 of the Drunken Nights for you tonight.
We're going to go to rude places.
We get a bit blue.
We're going to get a bit blue.
Jack, we started very badly. We might as well finish badly as well, eh?
Sounds reasonable.
Well, guys, we've been the Gorms. I hope you had a good time, and you'll have a good time with this one, eh? And I must apologise to the sound man for the shambles here. When I came home on Monday night, as drunk can be, I saw a horse outside the door where my old horse should be. So I calls my wife. Hi, wife, and I says to her, will you kindly tell to me Who owns the horse outside the door where my old horse should be? Silly old fool, silly you cannot see. That's a lovely sound that my mother sent to me. There's many days I've travelled 100 miles or more. A sour road to marketplace I never saw before. And when I came home on Tuesday night, as drunk away, I saw some boots behind the door where my old boots should be. So I calls my wife, I says to her, kindly tell me, who owns the boots behind the door where my old boots should be? Well, you're drunk, you silly old fool. Well, that's a lovely geranium pots my mother sent to me. There's many days I've travelled 100 miles or more. Geranium pots with laces in I never saw before. And when I came home on Wednesday night, as drunk as me, I saw a coat up on the floor where my old coat should be. So I calls my wife, I says to her, kindly tell me, who owns the coat up on the floor where my old coat should be? Silly old fool, silly you cannot see. That's a lovely world that my mother sent to me. There's many days I've travelled 100 miles or more. A rug with lots of buttons on I never saw before. And when I came home on Thursday night, as drunk me, I saw a pipe upon the chair where my old pipe should be. So I calls my wife, I says to her, kindly tell me, who owns the pipe upon the chair where my old pipe should be? Well, you're drunk, you silly old fool, silly you cannot see. That's a lovely tin whistle. Oh, there's many days I've travelled 100 miles or more. And there was a wee tobacco in I never saw before. And when I came home on Friday night, as drunk me, I saw a head upon the bed where my old head should be. So I calls my wife, I says to her, kindly tell me, who owns the head upon the bed where my old head should be? Silly old fool, silly you cannot see. That's a baby boy. Oh, there's many days I've travelled 100 miles or more. A baby boy, there's whiskers on I never saw before. And when I came home on Saturday night, as drunk me, I saw some mitts up on her tits where my old mitts should be. So I calls my wife, I says to her, kindly tell me, who owns the mitts upon your tits where my old mitts should be? Yeah. Well, you're bunch of silly old fools. Still you cannot see that's a lovely nightgown. There's many days I've travelled 100 miles or more, a nightgown with some fingers in it I never saw before. And when I came home on Sunday night, as drunk can be, I saw a thing inside her thing where my old thing should be. So I calls my wife, I says to her, kindly tell me, who owns the thing inside your thing where my old thing should be? Well guys, we've been the Gorms. I hope you've had good fun tonight. If you could join in with us, it would be a big favour. One last time, all the way right back up there at the bar. If you could join us with a big belly opening roar, eh? Okay, you ready? Wah! Okay, very good, very good. Louder, louder, wow! You're drunk as bunch of silly old fools, still you cannot see that's a lovely tin whistle. There's many days I've travelled 100 miles or more, a tin whistle with tobacco in I never saw before. Thanks a lot, guys. We'll see you later. Cheerio.
Thank you.
Hartman, hit the vanilla ice. Vanilla ice, like we planned. Get the vanilla ice on right away.
Okay, Vanilla Ice, will give us one more tune.
No more tunes, Vanilla Ice.
No more tunes. We're ready for a drink.
That was the best.
Vanilla Ice, I'll pick the vanilla for myself.
Sounded like you were having a blast.
No,
I remember
hating
being
it.
really drunk when that was recorded. That was a pretty crazy atmosphere that night.
Hey, well, folks, I hope you have enjoyed that track there and all the other songs that you've heard this evening. We're going to start wrapping up this evening. Unfortunately, the dogs were making a hell of a lot of noise there. I guess they didn't like the noise too much. Or perhaps one of them might be a thing beast by now. So we'll go and have a quick look at that. That's what I'm going to rush off to do. Jack's obviously going to get back to Tina Turner, and it will be getting dark at some point, Duncan, so you're going to have to get yourself away from the Scotsman. It's not open for a wee while just yet. Do we have any last messages that we want to get to, or is there maybe some that we're going to save for next week? Because we will be back, of course, the same time next week on Drive Time. Look forward to seeing all the Gormlings there once again. Duncan?
We will be back. There's a few things. Ken says, the greatest song ever, 7 Drunken Nights. I cannot look at my cloak, pipe or boots the same ever again. Daniel Spee says, found a nice vid, lads. It's in your email.
Oh,
cheers, Daniel.
Cool. We'll check that out later.
Yeah, we'll get that one next week for you. Amy Hopkins says, your poor tin whistle. David Lee Smith says, could I commission you guys to write a song based on Legion 11? Oh, yes.
Legion 11? Was it?
Well, I know the 9th Legion went missing, but is Legion 11 reference to something else, or did you mean IX? Let us know what you mean.
Maybe.
And then,
let us know next week.
And then maybe we can say yes.
Do a whole episode about it.
Ken says, it's fine so long as it finds a mouth to blow on it.
Well said.
Thanks, lads. Glenda loved that song so much she'd have us sing it in the pub here at home.
Cheers.
Cool.
I think it's the mitts upon her tits that she had such affinity to. She always got a laugh from her. And final word from Ken. Wonderful mints tonight. You boys are the highlight of the week. Well, thank you very much.
Cheers, Ken.
And
thanks for tuning in again.
Do we have some end credit music to take us out with?
I think we do. So we'll see you next week, people. And yeah, thanks again for watching.
Yep.
Thanks for all the support.
Indeed. And
have a good week.
We hope to see you again soon. Well, next week. Next Gorm Day.
Tune in. Same Gorm day, same Gorm channel.
If anyone ever asks about the Gorms, you shrug, nod your head, don't talk about it.
Don't tell anyone